Thank you, Madam Chair, and we do appreciate you all being here. It's interesting, the Ag Committee really is, for almost everything that we deal with, is very bipartisan. And the minority selects witnesses, the majority selects witnesses, but all of you all, again, could be witnesses for any of us. Like I say, you're just trying to figure out answers, trying to come up with solutions that in this very interesting field that has the promise of really making a huge difference to humanity in so many different ways. So thank you all for what you're doing, what you're working on. Dr. Hinman, in your testimony, you state John Deere customers retain control over their data, including how it is collected, stored, processed, and shared. Can you talk a little more about how this works in practice, including the process for producers who may wish to make changes in the way their data is being handled?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the question. So today, in our digital application, John Deere Operations Center, customers have, that's where they can control, modify, change the information that they have within, that's reflecting their particular farm operation. They get the opportunity to invite people within their organization to participate in that application and define the access rights for those people. That might be other labor on the farm. It might be an agronomist that they're working with. It might be a third company that potentially is working with them on different aspects of their operation. But they get to determine what that information is, where it goes, and what it's used for. And they can change that dynamically. They can change it on their mobile phone if they want. They can change it in the desktop application. They can do that at any point in time. They also have the ability, if they so choose, to delete that information if they want to remove the record. Generally, that's a pretty unlikely thing in our experience, but they have the capability and the opportunity to do that if they choose.
Very good. Dr. Griffiths, what are the cybersecurity risks associated with integrating more technologies like AI into the agricultural sector? Why is it important to research and explore the transformative potential of AI in this area?
Thank you for the question. Well, the risks are the same kinds of risks that you get with any AI application. In artificial intelligence is, first of all, it's basically a set of algorithms or computer programs, and it's data, whether it's test data or live data, and you have the opportunity to attack either, and hackers will and can attack either for whatever reasons they wish to do it. So in the agricultural sector, we really need to start protecting the data, and that's part of the kinds of research that we're engaged in with industry and with South Dakota State University. For example, we've been looking at how data go from satellite to the cloud. We all put our data in the cloud these days. And how can we ensure data confidentiality and integrity as the data move from one place to another, because it's easy to attack those data. And so we look at developing a secure, effective method both for encrypting the data and then doing that at speed and cost without involving any delay in the processing of the data, which, as you've just heard, is sort of operates on sort of milliseconds in time. It's very, very important for the data to get to the person who's making ultimate decisions from the AI. So I think as AI evolves, we're seeing more and more technology being incorporated into the agricultural sector, and that increases what we call the threat landscape. And so there are more and more points at which you can begin to attack the system. The more points you have, that you're only as strong as the weakest link, as it were. So I really think I'll give you another example. When just before Russia invaded Ukraine, we saw pictures of tractors stuck in fields, unable to move because the systems had been attacked. And that created an impetus for us to do some work on trying to protect farm vehicles from similar kinds of attack that could occur from unfriendly states. So we've looked at enhancing the security of these farming vehicles, developing artificial intelligence enhanced, what we call intrusion detection systems, people who are trying to get into the system to do damage. And these systems are designed to strengthen the cybersecurity of agricultural machinery. So we're looking at this not just for today's technology, but we're looking 5 years out at the technology that will be in the fields to try and ensure that they're robust and cyber protected from the beginning. And I think it's important to remember that this entire supply chain, this entire food and security and clothing supply chain, it needs to be addressed at every single point in scale. So I often say, well, we talk a lot about protecting the data from sensors and from tractors and other vehicles, but we also have to protect the seeds and the treatment of seeds and how the fungicides and herbicides are being measured to be put on seed for seed production, because we actually could see a significant latent effect on the actual development or non-development of crops going on in the future. So I hate to be the negative person here. I'm very excited about what artificial intelligence can do in the agricultural sector, but I feel like the child in the sixth sense. You know, I see cyber threats everywhere, and when I see a vulnerability, I think we have to find a way to attack it. So I just ask that you be fully aware that you can't separate any new technology these days from cybersecurity. The two have to go together. And as technology evolves and as artificial intelligence evolves, it's multiple things, it's not a single thing. We have to evolve the cybersecurity that goes with it.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Senator Klobuchar.
Thank you very much to both of you. Excited